Oh, hello, ladies and germs. As you can see, I am just living my best life right now, just trying to chill and hang out and be hip. And so, yeah, the chill hip version of me takes a bubble bath now, apparently. I used a very special children's Spider-Man themed bubble bath. It smells of watermelon. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Quite lovely, in fact. And, well, today we're talking about a film that's all about being yourself and appreciating you for who you are and all of that mumbo jumbo. Anyway, narrator Michael, take over, please.
In the highly acclaimed musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch, we bear witness to the life of a man turned woman turned something else entirely, contending with her need to adhere to a gender norm, in this case, her rock and roll female identity, with which we spend the majority of the narrative. Hedwig and the Angry Inch tells the story of a girly boy from East Berlin who, desperate to escape the mundanities of socialist East Germany for the rock and roll West that seemingly occupies every waking thought, is forced to undergo a sex change. See, the only way for young Hansel to escape Berlin is to marry her manipulative American soldier lover, Sergeant Luther Robinson. Unfortunately, the sex change part of the plan goes awry, and Hedwig's new vagina soon closes up into an ugly scar, accompanied by a dysfunctional lump of flesh, the titular inch. But of course, this is all in the name of the greater good, which of course leads to the tragedy of irony. Just a year after their arrival in America, Luther leaves Hedwig for another boy toy and the Berlin Wall falls, making Hedwig's sacrifice totally pointless.
The Germans are a patient people, and good things come to those who wait.
If she had just waited, then she would have kept her bits and been allowed the agency to leave Berlin with herself intact. As Stephanie Zacharek points out in her essay for Criterion, Hedwig is a divided person from a divided city that became whole only after she left it. But we'll get into that soon. The film, and the stage musical it's based on, follows Hedwig's journey of self-discovery. She, and really we could probably toss out either pronoun, but Mitchell calls Hedwig a she, so that's what we're going with. She is constantly at odds with her own identity, often letting this conflict bring ruin and frustration to her life. She meets a young Christian boy, Tommy, and the two of them fall in love, or at least that's what they believe. Tommy, of course, is an ignorant teenager, while Hedwig sees herself, or at least a version of herself, in him. She believes she's finally found the other half she so desperately wants.
What is that?
Only for Tommy to discover her inch and completely bail on their relationship, and take their songs with him. Tommy becomes a rock star, and Hedwig winds up playing at fictional seafood chain Bilgewater's next door to his sold-out stadiums.
And to whom I taught everything he knows, and has apparently forgotten about rock and roll.
Here, surrounded by black and white images of sinking ships, Hedwig tells the disinterested patrons her tale of woe.
I am thrilled you could join me for the fabulous first night of the St. Louis leg of my world tour. And when it comes to huge openings, a lot of people think of me.
Included among her band of Eastern European misfits is Yitzhak, her husband, whom she keeps a tight grip on. This is less obvious in the film version, but in the stage show, it's more explicitly stated that Hedwig met Yitzhak doing drag and only agreed to marry him if he would stop performing in drag, thereby ensuring that he would never upstage Hedwig. Yitzhak's sexuality is further questioned due to his being played by a woman in both the stage and film versions. Eventually, as these things tend to do, everything once again falls apart for Hedwig. When Yitzhak goes to leave the band to pursue his dreams of performing Rent in Guam, oddly enough in the angel role, Hedwig has a tantrum and rips up Yitzhak's passport. With this final act of cruelty, Hedwig's band and manager leave her behind, and Hedwig resorts to her old profession.
Mostly the jobs we call blow.
Then luck rears its two-faced head. Tommy pulls up in a limo and seeks Hedwig's forgiveness.
There's no god called Cyrus. It's Osiris. It's an Egyptian god. Remember we read that book?
But we had two versions of that song.
One version
No,
of
we
the
had
song,
two versions
and you
of that
fucked
song.
it up!
For a moment, Hedwig shows her frustration at his stupidity, which provides one of many windows into Tommy's puppet-like existence, forced into a role that Hedwig desperately needs and he is woefully unprepared for. But the two make up nonetheless and start to make out. Unfortunately, Hedwig is driving, and so they hit a truck. In the play, it's a school bus filled with deaf children, which, while much funnier, is perhaps one dark joke too far at this point in the story. Reunion turns into self-propulsion. Tommy's career tanks, and Hedwig becomes the toast of the town, culminating in a final performance at the Times Square Bilgewaters, which is one of those great jokes spread throughout the film that I just can't get enough of. This leads us into a journey into Hedwig's mind, where he finally embraces his own androgyny, gives up his female persona, and allows Yitzhak to become the beautiful woman he's always wanted to be. Hedwig then leaves, walking down an alleyway naked without any accoutrements of her female persona, free to just be herself. Now, the key to all of this lies in the song The Origins of Love, which recounts Aristophanes' speech in Plato's Symposium, which, in a farcical fashion, attempts to explain why humans are attracted to each other. Aristophanes postulates that long ago people had doubled bodies with faces and limbs turned away from each other. They also adhered to three separate sexes, male, female, and androgynous, the latter of which was half male and half female. This comical being was built like a sphere and was immensely powerful, much to the dismay of the gods, and in particular Zeus, who didn't take kindly to them trying to climb up to Mount Olympus and, well, start shit. Rather than blast them out of existence, Zeus chopped them in half, separating the two bodies. Thusly, we are given the attraction we see today. The men who were attached to men seeking out their male partners, women seeking women, and the androgynous beings' male and female partners seeking out each other. Once they find their intended half, the two remain together forever. Hedwig seems obsessed with this concept and allows it to push her into toxic relationships subconsciously designed to force others to become her other half. Throughout Hedwig's life, she has sought out her identity through external stimuli, first as a child, obsessed with a Western lifestyle, but trapped in Eastern Berlin. And of course, she was born the year the Berlin Wall went up, just to reinforce the split beings metaphor. Then later, as a sexually dysfunctional hybrid adult, neither man nor woman, but choosing to embrace that feminine character, Hedwig allows that identity to take precedent when choosing a partner, both of which follow Robinson dumping her in a very manipulative way, a trait she probably picked up from him.
As I unrolled the pages, I realized that so many people have touched me on my way to the stage tonight. How can I say who touched me the most?
For Hedwig, it is only by confronting her own mistakes and the need to inject her masculine traits into her romantic partners that she becomes one and realizes that who she is has nothing to do with what's between her legs, nor is she constrained to Aristophanes' whimsical approach to a binary system. In these final moments, Hedwig literally tears off her female identity in the midst of a massive mental breakdown, having finally let her mistakes catch up with her. Be it her botched operation, Tommy's betrayal, or her codependent relationship with Yitzhak. It's her imagined final meeting with Tommy that really gets across her transition into her final form. And don't take my word for it, you can listen, it's pretty blatant. And of course, it's not lost on me that the voice of secular reason is the lone bona fide Christian in the film. It's here that Hedwig realizes that the persona she pushed on Tommy was always her own, and all she has to do is take it back, instead letting herself be defined by what she perceives to lack. And if that's still too enigmatic for you, of course, John Cameron Mitchell saw fit to visually express this idea in the final song by donning Tommy's cross makeup and more masculine costuming and handing over her wig to Yitzhak, thereby freeing them both in what is, for me, the most cathartic moment in the film.
Knowing yourself like your blood knows the way.
This leads into the final animated sequence, where we get the visual of Hedwig's two halves attempting to become whole, failing, and then one eating the other, birthing a new form, and then through force creating a new, singular individual. If there's one big flaw in these final moments, it's that all of this ostensibly takes place in Hedwig's mind, and we never actually see where these disparate elements wind up. Heck, even the Times Square Bilgewater scene could arguably take place in her noggin, although I think it all starts after her breakdown when she walks through that door. The film's dreamlike production makes it tough to really nail down what's real and what's not in the last half hour or so. Either way, at least we get to see our protagonist find herself and become whole, with the final shot featuring her being symbolically reborn out of this wet alleyway, naked and ready to begin a new path in life. While I was doing research for this video, I stumbled upon a Medium article by Christine Ma that perfectly sums up the central question of Hedwig. Am I anything? As Christine points out, the future of gender is not limited to just the traditional binary roles of male or female. It is, again, quoting her article directly, a complex form of expression that cannot be clearly labeled or defined, even if it's done so in a silly tale of spherical humanoids put forth by a drunk Greek philosopher.
And then fire shot down from the sky in bolts like shining blades of the night.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch is not a film about transsexuality. Hedwig is not a man, nor is she a woman, due to the fact that she technically doesn't even have the parts of either. She was born a man, sure, but her sexuality, as confused as that can be, is not to be confused with her gender, which is, well, we never really find out. In the end, whatever she is up to her. She is not defined by the role of a man or a woman. She is impossible to define. She is chaos. She is passion. She is Hedwig.
You know, it's funny, not once in that entire video did I actually use the term non-binary, but that's really what Hedwig is supposed to be. He's supposed to be non-binary. He just, he, as I mentioned at the end of the video, he is Hedwig. And that's really all he needs to be. And it's a reminder to all of you that you don't have to be adherent to any norms of society. You don't need to be, super masculine or super feminine unless you want to be, in which case, please be that way. The world is a beautiful place. I assume I haven't been out there in a while, obviously. But, yeah, thank you so much for watching that. Now we have a very special little something. We're going to be opening a package from one of our patrons. Yes, sir, Bob. Of course, if you don't care about anything else, if you just came here for the Hedwig video, you can kindly fuck off. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. You can go away. It's perfectly all right. But we're going to be opening a package from our dear friend Jeremiah.
When it comes, I want to well.
Oh, I got suds on my fingers. This is a terrible idea. Why did I decide to do this way? Okay. All right. Let's just set Mr. Microphone there. And we're just going to take out Mr. Bread Knife. All right. I didn't think this through at all, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think it through at all. I just thought it would be a funny bit. I thought, it would be funny to be in a bathtub. So I bought some bubble bath just for this. Doopa 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 doo doo. A doopa doopa doo doo. Why didn't I put the microphone on a stand? I thought it would be funny, and I ran with it. All right, let's see what Jeremiah has in store for us while I carefully cover my bits. Here. What does Jeremiah... Oh my, a whole plethora of stuff. Oh my goodness, Jeremiah. Oh my. Oh, let's just dig into all of this. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping things. The Nightingale, I wanted to see this at the Sundance, and I wasn't able to. Look at that. Look at that, the Nightingale. Anna and the Apocalypse. I own this on digital, but I will happily take a physical copy. You know how I like musicals. Found. This looks awful. Oh, but it won some awards. Elvira's Horror Haunt, and International Horror and Sci-Fi Film Festival, and the New York City Horror Film Festival for Best Feature. Well, 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 this could be quite good. This could be quite good. Very excited, Jeremiah. Very excited. What else? The Kyoto Connection, and Journey to Japan. Is it? Nope, just the yes. A beautiful Swedish tourist arrives in Tokyo to accidentally enter the wrong car, only to accidentally enter the wrong car, thinking it is her driver. The Japanese loner behind the wheel lets her get in, only to transport her to his home. I can't speak, ladies and gentlemen. She escapes, stuff happens. Tokyo. Huh. A scant 72 minutes, 1973. Action and sexploitation. Jeremiah, you know me too well. You know me too well, sir. I'm gonna set these in the child's box so that he can play with them. And then we've got the RoboCop trilogy, the old MGM DVD set. I used to see this all the time in the stores. And I hope oh goodness. Oh wow, this is an awkward box to open. This is an awkward box to open. Oh, it's so awkward. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is the third copy of RoboCop I own. Fourth, if I ever find my old VHS from when I was a child. That is exciting. Oh, it's the extended version of RoboCop. Oh, that is exciting. That is exciting. I love RoboCop like I love my wife. And I'm sinking. I am sinking. Oh, this was a terrible idea, Jeremiah. This was a terrible, terrible idea. Okay, let's just get through these real fast. We've got Teen Spirit starring Elle Fanning. Another one I do not know, but I am curious about nonetheless, from the year of our Lord, 2019. Ooh, Vox Lux! Look at that. I've been meaning to watch Vox Lux. Is this... What is the 13th single edition high-def release from Dark Force? This is my first ever Dark Force Entertainment Blu-ray. And one of my lights has gone out. What is happening to the world? Ah! I'm very excited about Teenage Hitchhikers, Jeremiah, starring Sandra Peabody from The Last House on the Left. Goodness gracious. Where does the time go? Lady World. I've heard of Lady World. Where did I hear about Lady World? I don't know. But it's a female director, and that's important. And important things are my jam, man. I'm so excited. Oh, Almodovar! Ah! I love Pedro Almodovar! I've never seen this particular film, so that is super exciting. That's going in the player very soon. Very soon. I just picked up stuff I already put down. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is very challenging. Okay. Spasmo. Umberto Lenzi. Spasmo. Which I've heard nothing but terrible things about, but I'm very excited. Thank you so much. And of course, a score by Ennio Morricone, the master himself. That's exciting. That's so exciting. Chained for Life, which I'm really glad I didn't buy from the Kino sale, because now I own it without having to purchase it. And I really wanted it, so that's very good. That was one that kind of fell out of my cart, and I'm very excited to finally own it. That's going to be great. Oh, a Criterion a Pasolini criterion, which means that this could be really great for me or prove that I am a Philistine. We are going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to find out. Boop. And then let's see here. We've got Patty McCormick in Mommy and Mummy 2, Mommy's Day. Oh my God, this is very hard to read. Meet Mommy. She's pretty, she's perfect. She's June Cleaver with the cleaver. Oh, well, that's exciting. From VCI, of course. Oh my, so many bonus features. A PBS documentary. Well, I have to review that. And of course, a Vinegar Syndrome release. Don't expect these every day in the packages, I'll tell you what. Bernard Herschenson's Pickup. So many special features. What year was this for the company? 2017 release from Vinegar Syndrome. So exciting. Is there anything else in the box? I can't actually see it from here. I cannot see the box. Just a used paper towel, probably covered in jism, dried jism. Thank you, Jeremiah. I quite appreciate that. And yes, that's it. The bubbles are dissipating quite quickly, ladies and gentlemen. I can only cover my bits for so long. We're not getting monetized for this video. Please go to the Patreon, go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go to Instagram. Be sad, because that's what they create. And until next time, go watch a movie.
Little bishop in a turtleneck.